Hey guys, Stutz here for Life here with another deck profile for you guys, and this is a personal favorite of mine, Crystal Beast. One of my favorite decks from the GX era. Konami tried so hard to make this deck competitive and good, and they flopped at it, but it's still a fun deck to play, and it's definitely a good beginner deck, in my opinion. I played triple Crystal Beast, Sapphire Pegasus. He's kind of like the Stratos for the deck. Whenever he's normal, special, summon, flip, whatever, you can search out any of your other Crystal Beasts and put it in your spell and trap card zone. If you don't know how Crystal Beasts work, whenever they are destroyed by any way, they go to the back row instead, as long as they were face up. And basically that's how they revolve around and how all their spell, trap, and monster support works around.
He doesn't stay on field. He's never on field.
Best card in the deck. Well, one of the best in my opinion. I play triple Topaz Tiger. Topaz Tiger, he's basically a Rest Rhino before Rest Rhino was around, so basically what he does is whenever he attacks a monster, he goes up to 2,000. He's really good for just getting over annoying things like Thunder King and stuff. I play 2 Amber Mammoth. Amber Mammoth, he protects your other Crystal Beast monsters. He's a good 1,700 beater. That's about all there is to him. That's why I only played 2. If he had a better effect, I would probably play 3.
Well, then why would you ask me what I would side deck?
I play 2 Cobalt Eagle. Many people hate this card and consider it a very, very bad card. I think he's useful. He lets you recycle any of your Crystal Beasts. Once per turn, you can target 1 Crystal Beast card. That means monster or as a spell, and place it on top of your deck. So that lets you recycle your Pegasus. Really useful. 2 Carbuncle. Carbuncle, whenever it's special summon, you can special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters from your spell trap card zone as possible. Opens up a lot of different plays, and it's really, really useful. Useful for going into exceeds and stuff.
And it is
1 cat and 1 tortoise. These are honestly completely and totally optional. For my build, they're kind of necessary because you'll see why in a second. Cat can attack directly for 600, and Tortoise at the end of the battle phase, after the you can basically switch the battle position of one of your Crystal Beasts. So he attacks, he switches to defense at the end of the battle phase, or one of your others. That's all there is really to him. Other than that, he's a 2,000 defender. They're not really all that great, but they're in here for a reason. I played 2 Rainbow Dragon, a big boss monster of the archetype. A lot of people hate this card. I personally love it. He's one of my favorite dragons in the game. Just his looks and his power. He cannot be normal summoned or set. He can only be special summoned while you have 7 Crystal Beast monsters with different names on your field or in your grave. So that alone makes a lot of people not like it because you have to play the tortoise and the cat. But aside from that, he's a pretty decent boss monster with 4,000 attack. Sure, he has 0 defense, but you're never going to shove this thing into defense. Never. I used to try out Haman. I didn't like how you have to neg it by 3 to summon him, so I'd rather just go with Rainbow Dragon, or I can just pop on the field for no cost. Rainbow Dragon, he has 2 effects, neither of which you can use on a turn he summon. One of which, you basically send Crystal Beasts from your field to the graveyard that are monsters to have them gain 1,000 attack for each, and you can do that as many times as you want. The second effect, you banish all Crystal Beasts in your graveyard, shuffle everything on the field to the deck. I've only ever used that second effect once, and it won me the duel. Yeah, pretty decent card. And then to complement and round up the boss monsters and the monster list overall, I play 1 Malefic Rainbow Dragon. He's your standard Malefic monster, but however, you can banish from hand or deck to summon him. That's the only reason why I play him. If he did not banish from hand or deck, then I probably would not play him. I played 2 of the Ancient City Rainbow Ruins and 2 of the Advanced Dark. These 2 field spells are amazing. Rainbow Ruins gains a ton of different effects while your Crystal Beasts are in the back row. At 5, you can special summon any of them from your back row. At 4, you can draw 1 card. 3, you can negate spells and traps. 2, you can half your damage. And 1, it cannot be destroyed. Advanced Dark, it's just better for setting up for Rainbow Dragon plays because all your Crystal Beasts become dark, and anytime you take damage from a battle involving one of them, you can send a Crystal Beast from your deck to the graveyard to make damage 0. Ugh, cannot speak today, guys. Also, if Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon attack a monster, that monster's effect is negated until I believe until the end of the turn. I'm not entirely sure.
No, we got a solo in one box.
That second effect is pretty useful.
It wasn't a whole lot, but it was. Judge!
2 Crystal Beacon. Basically, if you have 2 in the back row, you can summon any Crystal Beast from your deck. Really good.
Yeah, we got about 80.
2 Crystal Promise. Select any Crystal Beast in your back row and special summon. Really useful. 2 Rare Value. You have 2 Crystal Beasts in the back row, send one of them. Well, your opponent picks one of them, and then you send it to the graveyard and you draw 2 cards.
That way it makes
A really useful card. It's the only draw card too, which kind of sucks. 2 Crystal Release, it's an equip card. You equip it onto a Crystal Beast, it gains 800 attack, and if this is sent to the graveyard in any way, from your field, if this card is sent from your field to the graveyard, you can place any Crystal Beast monster into your back row as a continuous spell card. So it's kind of like a Rhoda in a way, kind of, not really, kind of. Crystal Release. This literally just lets you put 2 of your Crystal Beasts from your graveyard into your back row. I think it's really useful for recycling. The first OTK card in the game. Crystal Abundance. You can only activate it while you have 4 in your back row. Crystal Beasts in your back row. You send all 4 to the grave. You nuke the field, and then you can special summon as many Crystal Beasts from your graveyard up to the number of cards sent from your opponent's side of the field to the grave. So your opponent had 5 from the field, and it's sent to the grave. You can special summon 5 Crystal Beasts. Really powerful card, best card in the deck. 2 Hand Destruction, partly for draw power, and partly to try and speed up the summon of Rainbow Dragon. I just ditch 2 Crystal Beasts into the graveyard, draw 2 cards, and then I can use something like Crystal Release, put those 2 Crystal Beasts back into the back row, and then use Beacon or Rare Value or something to just plus even more. It's really useful in this deck. Down to staples, 2 MST. I think it's self-explanatory. 1 Dark Hole and 1 Terraforming. Dark Hole, obvious. Terraforming, I play 4 field spells, yet I never draw them, so. And then I only play 2 traps. 1 Torrential Tribute and 1 Rainbow Gravity. Rainbow Gravity, basically if you have 7 Crystal Beasts on your field or in your graveyard, you can summon Rainbow Dragon from your deck or graveyard without by ignoring its summoning conditions. So it's pretty useful. It's like a monster you're going for Rainbow Dragon. Now onto the extra deck. It's really whatever you want it to be. I'm just going with what I have, and I'd love it to. I'll say this right now. I'd love to have a black ship, but no. I play 1 Fortune 2. Pretty good card. 1 Shadow Lich. I'm testing this guy out.
Really?
1 number 17. I think people have dropped this guy and have forgotten how good he is. 1 Rhapsody and Berserk. This guy, I can just banish any 2 cards from my opponent's graveyard. What's wrong with that?
You read the effect.
1 Gagaga Cowboy, kind of obvious. Here's my replacement Black Ship until I get a Black Ship. Basically does the same thing as Black Ship, but your opponent can pay 1,000 life points to negate this effect. My Stroke. Poppy.
Completely wrong.
My bad.
Ragnar Zero.
That was close.
Really good card, by the way.
You thought you could do more than 1.
Crazy Box, because why not?
It's a trick because.
Number 69.
Or do it again.
Honestly, I think he's the best rank 4 that requires 3 level 4s to go into right now. So, yeah. Number 104. I honestly was just tossing cards in my extra deck at this point because it literally does not matter what you put in here. But this guy is pretty good. He negates any monster effect in the battle phase, and your opponent takes 800 damage for it.
Are you want to do it?
And then 1 number 32 Shark Drake. One of my favorite cards in the game. Awesome card. Gold rare.
Why are you letting
Okay, guys, that was the deck. I hope you enjoyed. Please be kind about your harsh words of criticism. That's all I gotta say.
I don't care what
Because this really is one of my favorite decks to play. It's fun. It's nothing too competitive, but hey, playing for fun is what yugioh is all about, right? Anyways, rate, comment, subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.